What's up, YouTube? Poor Man Podcast back with another video. Today's video is going to be Single Mother Triggered by the Truth. This is a video from the Saint and the Sinner. All right, I think that's how you say. I think that's the name. There's going to be a link in the description below. If you don't want to hear me talk over the video, go to the link in the description below. In this video, I'm going to be giving my commentary and analyzing the situation. All right. That's what I'm doing in this video. But before we get into the video, I got to do the YouTube stuff. All right, so go and hit the like and the subscribe button. The new goal is 10K. If you're new to the channel, the new goal is 10K subscribers by June. It's a crazy goal, I know, but it's my goal, and I believe everybody should dream big. All right, so you can help me achieve my goal by just hitting the like and the subscribe button. All right, I'm going to give y'all a moment. Go and hit the like and subscribe button. All right, now that that's over, let's get into the video. Single Mother Triggered by the Truth, the Saint and the Sinner. Link in the description. Let's get into it.
You're typecasting me. You're putting me in a box, and you're basically saying that it's my fault.
Are you a single mother?
I am.
Well, actually, I don't even like to use the term single mother. I like to use the term lonely mother. Are you a lonely mother?
Listen, first of all, you're not about to use degrading or.
And I don't want to degrade you individually. I'll explain why I use that term.
No, I don't really care why you use it, but
I'm going to explain.
The very fact that you're using it, it tells me your frame of mind.
But you don't know why I'm using it. You have no idea why.
It doesn't matter why you're using it.
How can we exchange knowledge if you're too angry to hear it out?
Why are you assigning the word lonely?
Because that's the reality. Let me explain why. Like, think about it. This is how we know you're not suited for leadership. This is how we know. Look at the way you're behaving right now. Mere words have taken you all the way out of your position. There's nothing you could say in your whole life that would move me to anger and emotionalism, because untamed emotion is the enemy of performance. So you will never think clearly while being that angry.
Okay, talk to him.
There are many things that show clear evidence that the woman is not meant to be the top leader. Let me show you what's called data. Since you're in university, you can look at this data, and then we can assess what the data says about lonely mothers. And
see, and the thing is, and this is what I try to do when I'm having conversations with anybody and I'm explaining these topics. I know they're very sensitive to people. All right. But you got to put your emotions aside. It's about facts over emotions here. All right. We keep it a buck. If you want to go further in life, it's facts over emotions. All right. Before he even gets into the facts of the situation, she's already turning her head all kinds of ways. And we know that most communication is body language. All right. You don't have to say how you feel all the time. We can sometimes tell by how you act. We can tell by how you move in your mannerism. So if I'm about to explain to you something, if I'm about to explain something to you and you get the looking around this and that, do I feel like I have your attention? I'm not going to feel like I have your attention. All right. So we just got to do better as a whole. I think that's it tends to be a bigger problem with women, but you do have to learn to put those emotions aside in order to have tough conversations. That is what it is. Tough conversations are needed to be had in order to advance in life, in order to evolve, in order to be different. All right, motivation, education, motivation. That's all we doing over here on this channel. Let's continue.
And I'll explain further why I use the term lonely mothers. It's not to shame you. Instead, it's to make it stigmatized because it's not a good thing for society.
You think that I don't need you to show me any data that's going to help me understand that
over the past 30 years, the rise in violent crime parallels the rise in abandonment by fathers, meaning single mothers. If you look at all of the data on single mothers, you find that the children raised by single mothers, or shall we say lonely mothers, all the data indicates that these children are more likely to be incarcerated in prison, right? They're likely to go to fucking jail. They're likely to have less educational attainment, which means that single mothers are not good leaders. Single mothers are terrible leaders. And I'm not saying that the men who leave their children are good guys. These men who leave their children are irresponsible, immature. They're not men that I admire. They're immature boys, in fact, and I would encourage them to take care of their kids. But here's the thing. When a man leaves his own child, it's highly unlikely it's due to the child. It's due to that lonely mother having been a whore and he didn't want the kid in the first place. It's her being disagreeable and he's leaving the situation with her. So we can't lie and say that a lonely mother is preferential to a two-parent household. Don't we at least agree on that ideally we have two-parent households? Do we agree on that?
You see, I knew that when I questioned.
Okay, that's the end of that video. But to get into the meat of the situation, he's right. I mean, the term single mother, we have to switch the term now. We have to use some other term because we've gotten to the point where we praise the term single mother. I'm a single mother. Oh, yeah, you go, girl. That's nothing to praise. That then means, statistically speaking, because everything is different, every situation is different, that statistically speaking, it just means that your child ends up at a higher chance of, your child has a higher chance of being dead or in jail or being a criminal. All right, that's all that means statistically, is nothing to be praised. Unfortunately, here in the black community specifically, we have this notion where we praise the idea of single motherhood. Being a single mother in 2021 is a choice. Okay? People have to understand that is now a choice. Regardless of the situation, it is a choice that women make, and that is to be a single mother. They know when the guy doesn't want to be a dad, but they force him to be because they want to be with the man. Does that make sense? I've seen it in a few situations where the woman gets pregnant. She knows the guy, he has voiced his opinion about the situation. He's not ready to be a father, this and this and that. And she takes it upon herself to make the decision to have the child anyway. All right. And unfortunately, me personally, I'm not for abortion. I understand people can do whatever they want. I don't have a problem with people who do get abortions. So if it's me personally, I wouldn't tell a girl that I'm with to get an abortion ever. That's just me personally. All right. I'm all about self-accountability and stepping up to the plate. But if you're not ready in your life and a man voices his opinion to not be ready, why is that so different from a woman not being ready? You know what I mean? A lot of times in these scenarios, like I'm saying, these women, they will get attached to these guys that don't want anything to do with them, the flashy guys, the tall guys, the whatever, the guy that they're looking for, they have sex with them, and then they get in a situation where they're pregnant with the man's child, and he tells them flat out, I don't want you to have this kid. I'm not ready to be a father. And she takes it upon herself to have the kid anyway. And then when she does that, then what? Now she's supposed to be praised because she made a decision that was for herself. It was a very selfish decision. When you make those decisions, they're selfish because you negate the fact that your child now has a higher chance of going to prison or to jail. You negate those facts because you wanted to be with the man. That is a selfish decision. And even in the cases where, and I will say, and like he said, because I don't praise any man that wants to walk away from a child. If he does say, I'm ready to step up to the plate and be a father, and he walks away from the situation, there are always ways you can go back and get financial help from that man. I mean, that's literally the system. That's what it's for. It's to basically separate men from their money a lot of the times. So I never understand the argument with single motherhood and the fact that it's just some huge burden that somebody's just been so unlucky that they've been put in this position. You chose to lay down with the man. You chose to lay down first. That's the first thing. And then you chose to lay down with a man that you knew didn't have the qualities of a man that was ready to take care of children too. Then you got pregnant and you went over to him and talked to him about it, and he voiced those opinions to you. 3, that he's not ready for a child. So now instead of, and I made a post about this a couple days ago, now instead of a child being born into love, it's born it's born as a weapon that you can use and hold over this man for the rest of forever. And that still doesn't mean he's ever going to be with you or want to commit with you. And now you just have a child that is just now the child has become a burden because somebody has to take care of it. And I see this situation all too much. And single motherhood is nothing that should be praised, regardless. It's just not. There's no, what's the word? There's no, what's the word for it? There's no, I'm trying to think of the word. I can't really think of the word, but there's no praise that should be given to you because you're a single mother is basically what I'm saying. So I think he hit the nail right on the head. All right, y'all. Till next time.